I'm Adam Stacey, Director of Legislative Affairs. We take a principled, nonpartisan approach to advancing free market and limited government policies in the state legislative and executive branches of government. We work to establish relationships with policymakers, regulators, and other public policy stakeholders so we can be a resource that protects and advances freedom in our state. Our engagement includes such things as drafting policy recommendations, testifying at legislative hearings, or meeting with lawmakers and regulatory agencies to help them understand the impact of policy proposals. It's crucial because it helps us to safeguard freedoms in our state. We help to educate policymakers and staff on possible unintended consequences of well-intended legislation. In addition to assisting policymakers on their own initiatives, we also work to advance the Mackinac Center's legislative priorities developed by our own policy directors. Our 2025 priorities will be available on our website soon, so you can see what's at the top of our list this legislative cycle. We expect a fertile landscape to pursue our goals of transparency and accountability by making the legislature and the governor's office open to the Freedom of Information Act. Bipartisan legislation was crafted and had the support of all parties before the clock ran out on the legislative term last December. We believe this is low-hanging fruit to pursue and get signed into law early this spring. There will also be a renewed focus by the legislature, specifically the House of Representatives, to utilize its important function of oversight over the executive branch. This will allow the public to ask questions through their elected leaders and get answers to many pressing public policy issues administered by state agencies. Oversight hearings, coupled with the expected implementation in the coming years of transparency over the executive and legislative branches, will offer an opportunity for information gathering and better evaluation of the success and shortfalls of public policy initiatives. While there are many free market limited government policies we would like to advance, I'll give you one example, which is establishing more transparency in our state government. Specifically, we would like to see legislation that will expand FOIA to apply to the legislature and governor's office. It got close to passing last year, and we hope this year's legislature will get it over the finish line. In regard to defense, again, just giving you one example, we'll continue to oppose corporate subsidies. The Mackinac Center has published study after study that prove corporate subsidies skew the market and fail time and again. Taxpayer dollars should not be spent that way. I recommend that Opportunity Michigan members stay informed and learn how to take action on issues that are important to them. I'll provide you with a few quick tips now, but I also want to mention that I'll be doing an online webinar for members soon on how to participate in the state legislative process, so stay tuned for future announcements on that. But briefly, I recommend that members learn who their legislators are, meet with them, track legislation that impacts them, and let their legislators know if they support or oppose certain pieces of legislation or regulations. A one-stop resource for all of this is MichiganVotes.org. It provides a tool to locate your legislator, allow users to track bills and amendments, read bill analyses, and follow how their lawmakers have been voting. Again, all of that is at MichiganVotes.org. It's a great resource for members.